Oh, you eating grass, little girl? Okay. Teddy. Wee, pretty boy. Before you ask today, I did not bring the treats with me. Go ahead, go run around, babies. Get some exercise. Good girl, Allie. Good girl. Did you want to go run around a little bit? Buggies are bad, I know. You want to go in? Okay. Little babies. We're gonna move these guys or get new ones for another place. They can be a little happier. Do you wind up cutting back a lot of the stems because we're only getting growth from down below. Except for this one here. This one here is growing a little bit from height. Hosta is not worried about this weather at all. Just as big, if not bigger than last year already. And knock on wood, no deer activity. So our lilac, absolutely no blooms this year, but this tree is mostly hazelnut at this point. The lilac is just a little bit inside and then all new growth or spreading from the bottom. Come on, Teddy. We'll go up with your brother later. Come on. Hey. He's eager to go for a walk, he and his brother. It rained all day yesterday. Some heavy downpours too. So they didn't get to go for their group walk. It's basically all I could do to get them to go out and do their business. He wound up cutting back this rose. This was the yellow rose that we had because, again, only a little bit of growth down here. It had started off when we had that false spring doing pretty good. And then it just died off with the cold and the rain. It's about 60 degrees right now. And it's about 1 o'clock, a little after 1. Windy, as you can tell. Very little, if any, chance of rain today for a change. And then the middle of the week, it'll be sunny. It'll be dry until I think Thursday, thunderstorms, and then Friday again, rain, and of course Saturday, rain. So currently we're on, I believe, it's an old grapevine breaking off. I thought this stuff was going to sit around forever, honestly, but it got very brittle and just breaking off. It was enough the squirrels climbing under, because the squirrels would hang on it in the winter for the bird feeders, and it started breaking on them. Oh well, I was kind of hoping it was going to hold together the arbor. But a lot of good new growth on the hydrangea vine. Although that one back there is dying. I wonder. Stem looks okay on this side. It's climbing up here. Just dying off once it got outside. I wonder if that got a dose of the extra cold. Because believe it or not, we got down into the 30s earlier in the week. First thing in the morning. The milkweed I transplanted is doing really good. It's got 2, 4, 6 out of here, and I think I had only put 4 up here, and only 3 of them lived through the year after transplanting. Peach tree still growing. At least this side of it is. And I do not know if that's an active nest in there, but we've seen the robins coming and going again. Red osier dogwood is getting huge, and that's flowering nicely. The forsythia in the back there is now just going to be green for the rest of the year, but it was very brilliant. Both of them did really well this year. And this viburnum is getting really tall. Beautiful flowers on it. There's not much bug activity, both good and bad today. And that viburnum, that one's always been pretty sad because I planted it too close under cover. But a lot of flowers this year. Oh. Hi, Teddy. Wow. The boss is telling me to go around. Alright, so we're getting a couple of balls back here on the peony. Uh-oh, there's those red beetles on the tiger lily. There's a lot of them too. I can't quite reach them. You really got to get a path in here. Come here, you two. Sorry, guys. There's another one all the way in the back too. All right, so Teddy's telling me to move on. Waiting for the daisies to bloom. And this finally just stopped flowering. It's getting a little bit of new growth upright. This is, I think, last year's stems, and they're still looking pretty good. I did wind up cutting off that whole side there because that broke off with the ice storms this winter. So this is really big and open now in the center. I'm going to keep trimming little by little the stuff that's truly dead and hopes that it'll fill in again. This hosta down here. Actually, there's 2 hostas. And then this hydrangea here. No blossoms yet. Hosta. And then over here we actually have elephant ear hosta. One little leaf here I noticed when I was string trimming. And then back there. Oh, finally the deer have been up here. So just munching a little bit there, but just that one. I think there's enough with all the rain we've gotten, enough of wild grass and stuff, that maybe the deer aren't as tempted to come up here for hosta. Get ready for this to flower this year. It's got a lot of flower head clusters on it and new growth. So glad that this made it. Survived the transplanting. It's reaching all the way over to here and sending arms all the way up here and back. So that's spreading good. It should take over this whole thing. And I believe this is the wisteria vine. It's going all the way back and through and up into there, that jungle. I better go find Teddy. The cattail is spreading quite a bit. There's 1, 2, 3, well, there's half a dozen there and another, I think, 5 over here. Hi, Teddy. How's the boss? Yeah, we'll take your brother up and go in the garden after. Awfully bright, yeah? You want some shade? You want to go and get your eat? There, you can see it now. Finally got a little bit of sun breaking through. It's going to be like this all day, off and on sun. But at least it's not raining. Look at splashing. So we moved this fountain in here this year. And he started a new little upside down bed. That's the soil that was in one of the other planters. But it was nice and packed, so putting that up there. Hi boys, Teddy. Oh, I did. I brought the treats this time. Because I knew you were going to be a little treat monster. Good boy. Okay. Let's see, so potatoes are huge. Good northern crop, does not care about this weather. This is a Hubbard squash. We got a bunch of it. So that's ready to move into, I think we're going to do grow bags for that also. And probably that on the bed on the other side of the house so we don't get a lot of cross pollination with the squashes. These are some flowers that Dee got from seed. There's like a perennial milkweed, I think. So it's definitely a crop for the butterflies and the pollinators. So these are the Trail of Tear beans. And they're starting to look a little rough. They got their color back. They were actually getting pale, but as you can see, something's really getting and working on these leaves. Disappointing but not surprising because the plants are under a lot of stress with all this rain and stuff that we've had. They're probably even some of the heavy winds and even heavy rains tearing at the leaves. So here's some of our red cabbage. See how that does in the bags. I got this up. I was doing this earlier today. So these are the Calypso beans in here. They're looking good. They're real good. So nice bed here. These are a bush, so they shouldn't get too tall. But this should keep the critters and the cats and stuff out. In here we have lettuce growing in there, and it's doing good. This one, we started the cucumbers, but they're pretty much died off because of the weather again. And we're doing some of the Rapicante squash in here. See, this one here is probably not going to make it. That one may. Get a little flooded by, the heavy downpours and stuff. But that's going to be, we're going to trail that up here and let the cucumbers go on the other side. So other than the asparagus, we have horseradish in here. And it doesn't always, but sometimes if you're fortunate, your horseradish will flower. So look at those guys. There. And of course the asparagus. And that's the last bed. Nothing in there yet. I think we're going to try some okra, and I forget what else Dee said she wanted to try. And back here we're doing cabbage. And I believe we are doing kale. And I believe we're going to need a cover for this bed as well, because that looks like Misha's work. Thanks, Misha. For the willow, actually, I tighten the supports a little bit because she's starting to lean into this pine tree here, and the top was getting caught a little bit. I think it's better if she sways in the wind and strengthens up. Yeah, as you can see, it's mostly cloudy again. It just went up to 59 when I took the boys up for a walk. It had dropped back down to 54. It is a chilly wind, even though it's from the west. I actually got caught in the rain when I was just finishing up putting the cover, so I got one more cover I got to put over on that one, I think, because the leaves are really hanging outside of it. I'm not sure. So this rose is coming back nice. So not from the original stalks, of course, but this new growth here. Look at how big that's gotten. And this is all Sweet William here. A bunch more Sweet William in here. Well, it looks like something was walking in there a little bit. A little push down. It could have been Misha hunting. It could have been something else. This area here was a lot sandier last year, or looser. It's starting to get filled in. The dandelions are really holding back the soil good. Yeah, so here's another horseradish. And here we have some black Spanish radishes. Golden ball turnips. Over here we have another, more of the radish. Down there is an Irish doodle. You could just make that out above the tops of the weeds. Hey Goober. Bastion. Boy. Hi. You can explore. I just trying to get you to pop your head up. You like your garden? What's your brother doing? Here he comes. Whoop. You're good boys. Yeah, I wish stuff was a lot further along. Now this week I was just looking at the forecast and we're maybe close to 90 degrees on I think Wednesday and Thursday. Ridiculous. From the 50s. I had the wood stove going yesterday. I started going in the morning and then in the evening I got it up again just to chase the chill out of the house because we got like an inch of rain yesterday. It was cold. It's around 50 degrees. So we saw more of this to plant. You got some of these to get going too. I'm not quite sure what these big tall ones are here. These are eggplants. Oh yeah, I think we're going to do eggplants in that back bed too. Oh, sorry, buddy. Okay. Oh, I did get, for in here, I hooked up a solar light. It's a little bright now because we have the sun coming in through the slats there, but I got this guy up here, so just to really add. So in the evenings when we're putting stuff away and It makes a big difference just being able to see what you're working on in here. And I think that's about it for the garden back here. I'll just take a look around the backyard to see what's coming in down there. And that's going to be the update. You boys about ready to go in? Get some treats before the bugs start biting? Yeah, sounds good. You done planting, or you got more things to plant? You good to planting? Cozy, handsome boy. Hey, where's your brother? Teddy, come here for a picture. Right there. You want a treat? Well, let's see what I got in my bag of tricks here for a treat. Here. You good? Okay. You want to go in? All right, we'll go in, babies. This fountain's going again. We put a rose in back there, so that's new. I forget what type. You can see the side is all plastered from all the heavy rain, just beating up everything. It's a new little solar light, little hanging dragon. Got some vinca vine and some other mixed in here. Misha's garden's good. Again, the hosta doing really well. We got some of our May pinks here. And the posies, I think. You get a little purple there. That one's flowering. And the bugleweed. Doing really good. Next to the some more things started. Lots of flowers going here and there. Some things are clearly just not happy with the weather. Got some more herb gardens going. The strategy this year is to really have a lot of different sources for the herbs. So this is actually way down in here too. You start climbing, buddy. Over here too. It's looking a little better this year. I did fertilize. I gave it one good dose of fertilizer, especially this one, but I did get that one too. And we've had so much rain, I'm afraid to dump more liquid fertilizer down in there. Foamy bells spreading some more. This peony here, this one has a one started on it, but this one does not. Clematis, by the way. There. Oh, sun back again. This rose shrub here, no sign of buds just yet, but it's got good growth. The hydrangea over here, that's last year's growth of those flowers. It's not flowering yet. This guy here, we took it out of the house. We kept it in all winter, this Calancho. Doing really good, but then it was starting to lean over. We thought it was unhappy, so we put it outside, and then it had a month of cold weather and wind and rain, and so we've been trying to bring it back and forth under cover. But again, the hosta is just so super happy. These lilies are coming in good too, but look at how big and bright the hosta is doing, as well as the purple dragon is really starting to spread. Look how far it is going up the bank there. And over here too, that's such a thick cluster. If I thin that one out and move it around some more. Big, healthy. How big, healthy these leaves are. I'm going to get in, once I get done getting some of the garden stuff, I'm going to start clearing out some of these evergreens. I just got to be careful now because the birds are starting to nest and I don't want to disturb anybody. But that should clear out a lot of the shade. so we can get more stuff growing in through here and stop some of the maples and the oaks and stuff from growing in here where it's going to be too close to the house and they don't have a really good root anchoring because of all the loose rock. And with cutting down on the shade and dampness, we'll cut down on some of the bugs close to the house too. But that's about it. Get a couple other things done. Dance in and out while the sun's out and avoid the rain. And we'll see how things are next week or the week after. I'll report back in. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope your garden's going a little bit better. We're happy with what we got, but all the progress we started off really strong, and a month of rain. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we've had 12 straight weekends now of rain coming in, and I believe they were saying that so far, that's pretty much the end of May. The up in Concord, where they're measuring it, we've gotten like 7.5 inches of rain just in May. It's been a lot. So you got to jump out like times right now when you can and enjoy it. All right, happy June. Yeah, baby, let's go. Your brother's all the way down there. The garden. Turn around a bit. See you next time, good?